He built an entire identity around being the fastest. But when it came time to race, real life told a different story. Let's dive in.
He portrayed himself as a superhuman athlete, capable of showing off crazy feats that made it seem like no man on earth could outgrind him. But there are a few things in the world that are more dangerous than letting your ego get ahead of you. Now, after facing off with one of the biggest streamers in the world in a contest he felt certain he would win, Ashton Hall is facing the consequences of a huge miscalculation. In the process, he might have gone past the point of return when it comes to his image.
Ashton Fraud in the chat. Ashton Fraud in the chat. It ain't Ashton Hall, it's Ashton Fraud, man. Don't play, bro.
And how a few bad choices cost him the world's respect in a matter of seconds. For a little while, there was no one riding high on social media, nor commanding as many comments or clicks as Ashton Hall. Built around ASMR morning routine videos, Ashton's commitment to this seemingly unobtainable schedule and work ethic drew people in. Whether he was dunking his face in Saratoga water several times a day, rubbing banana peels on his skin, or wearing a full-on suit at his desk in an apartment, the videos left people baffled.
So looking at it, bro, we gotta go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
Immediately, the comments let him have it. I'm not saying this doesn't take discipline. I'm a lot more impressed by the dad of 2+ kids who meal preps on Sunday and gets to the gym 5 to 6 days a week while working a full-time job. What you showed me here is a dude with no responsibilities rubbing a banana peel on his face. And while it inspired many copycats, Ashton's particular brand of insane drive hit a level of virality that most could aspire to. But this was by design, as Ashton knew the power of rage baiting. For example, his videos were packed with small, strange moments that made people do a double take. Things like eating a watermelon midway through shooting jump shots, or diving into a pool and staying in the air for 4 minutes. And through all these quotables and bizarre inclusions, he basically became a profitable living meme. Soon, he was playing into the joke.
I kid you not, bro. I was really in the air for 4 minutes.
Yes, I understand. Mr. Beast is very successful. Let's start waking up at 3:50 a.m. He's gonna do at least 10 billion, bro.
And when explaining how it all went down, he conceded that it was to maximize discussion.
One I thought was really interesting was when you jumped in the air or you dived into the pool and the time changed for like 4 minutes.
So when I jumped in the pool, all right, and I don't know if we're gonna put this one out there, all right, because I haven't spoke on this one, but when I jumped in the pool, I see my editor editing, right, and I'm just like, I'm watching it, my guy Corona, and I'm like, you know what, go back, change the timestamp, make it 4 minutes, because I want them to comment. It's just a joke. It's funny. You get what I'm saying?
And it's so
But when I posted it on my page, it got over 100 million views, like 150. And then Twitter posted it. I think it got almost 1 billion views. One of the most viewed videos on Twitter. And that was like the main highlight. But it's funny, when I posted on my page, people weren't really talking about it like that. But yeah, there's a couple fillers that we put in there that's a joke.
For those on the outside looking in, Ashton's rise to fame probably seemed like it happened in a matter of weeks, but it actually took a long time to get there before stumbling onto his formula. In his estimations, it's been about 5 years since he started creating content.
So you're making content for, this would be 4 or 5 years?
I'm going on 5 years, but it's 4 right now.
And that he figured out the cheat code with ASMR videos about his daily routine. After leaving college following a faltering football career, Ashton lost his purpose and floated from odd jobs before finding it once more in the gym. From there, he worked as an LA fitness manager before COVID shutdowns led him to losing his job. But this was just the beginning of a new career as an online coach, which has led to major bags and even a deal with Muscle Tech. Now that he was living a lavish life and the entirety of the internet had something to say about him, whether it was positive or negative, Ashton wasted little time in dispersing advice online on how he got there. From failed football prospect to furniture mover and eventual online fitness coach, Ashton may have thought that his lifestyle would have made him an aspirational figure, but that hasn't stopped him from getting frequently roasted online. After years of trying to attain the fame that he saw as the next logical step for his brand, Ashton showed signs of being a viable star rather than a flash in the pan. As his follower increase skyrocketed, his use of the brand and his ice dunks raised searches for Saratoga water by 120%, with the chief marketing officer declaring that he's clearly meticulous in what he does and cares about his entire health. The fact that Saratoga water plays a role in that is amazing, but he's actively churning down money when it doesn't align with his values.
There's a lot of opportunities that we've had. I've turned down millions. I don't even want to put a number to it. Within the last 6 weeks, we turned down so much money. And it's just because it didn't sit right. I pray before anything that I get into, and it's just, I have clear answers. If it's a no-brainer, we do it.
I mean, shout outs to him for that. Like, not all money is good money. You know, there's a lot of shady stuff going out there, and you don't be making money off hurting other people and off other people's suffering and downfall either. So there's so many ways to make clean money that doesn't hurt people. So good for him if he lives that way.
If it's not, we just don't. And that just comes from faith. It got to a point where I just stopped looking at my DMs. Yeah. But I've had people wanting to wire me $1 million like the same day. And that's just up front to start business. Same day, $1 million. Turned out, no.
Despite all of this, it seems like nothing could bring Ashton down. No matter what meme that made him a laughingstock or what accusation they threw his way, Hall's audience just kept getting bigger and bigger. And clearly, he felt untouchable, not knowing that a streamer was seconds away from destroying his entire persona. If you're on the internet on a regular basis and you're under the age of 35, you likely know who IShowSpeed is. Among the most popular streamers today, this Ronaldo-obsessed gamer became a multi-millionaire while he was still in his teens, and has continued to rack up accolades ever since. But one interesting thing about Speed is that his name actually fits him. He's consistently proven to be a standout athlete.
You doing all of that, but you can't do this though. You can't do that though.
Over time, he said and even considered getting into athletics, claiming that he wanted to compete in the 2028 Olympics.
2028, I'll be running the Olympics for sure. I'm gonna do 100 meter and 50 meters, and maybe 200.
And while this seems like a crazy goal for someone who's never
I didn't know they had a 50 meter in the Olympics though. No, it's just 100, 200, 400.
competed professionally,
And 800.
it's fair to say that it's not exactly impossible when you see how he can run. After all, he didn't embarrass himself against the literal fastest man in the world in Noah Lyles.
Set. That was a tie.
Let's watch the video.
That was a tie.
Where's the video?
Was that not a tie? That was a tie. I'm the fastest man alive.
Although he didn't win, it was indeed a lot closer than many people expected. Meanwhile, for all his big talk, Ashton's credentials are a little less impressive. For one thing, his most fearsome competition in a race was DJ Khaled.
I don't think they're actually racing here though. They were just like, he was just training with them and they're just doing promos and doing some content. I don't think they're actually racing.
And while he's been spotted running before, he's lied about his pace previously. For example, he's recently claimed to run a 4.21 second 40-yard dash in the Jackson Jaguars' 2025 schedule release video. But that's complete BS for a few reasons, mainly because the fastest official NFL combined time is 4.22, and Hall's never come close to proving that kind of speed in any legit setting. Along the way, he's been putting on a show, pretending that he's faster than actual vehicles and even dogs.
If he runs a 4.2, he 100% would be in the league. Like, there's no way that any D1 team or any NFL team would pass up on someone who runs a 4.2. And he's obviously big and strong, so he definitely would be a running back in the NFL running a 4.21.
Adding just enough theatrics to make it all seem a little bit more believable, even if unedited footage told a vastly different story.
Now, listen, I'm gonna get up to at least 24, 25 mph, miles per hour.
Then there's the small matter of his credentials as a college football player, or more accurately, the lack thereof. Over the course of his entire career, he boasts just 6 carries and 8 yards. Since rising to fame, he's also come under scrutiny over his physique, as he claims he's natural.
Fully natural, I barely take protein. There's no need, I'm 29, bro. I gotta show you guys how I looked at 17 and 18. Like, my high school football coaches thought I was on steroids then. We've just been grinding for years, bro.
But this was something the fitness world, especially people like Greg Doucette, the natty or not expert, picked up on right away.
And so what really shocked me is that people can't see right through this. You really think this guy dropped 17% body fat, all the while adding 20 pounds of muscle while being natural, doing toe touches, jumps, and hit cardio? And do you really think that's how he really trains in the real world? He looks like Superman chasing a train.
Yeah, 20 pounds of muscle when you're a seasoned lifter is impossible. It's absolutely impossible. If he's been lifting since 15 and he's in what I think they said he's like 28, 29 now. Yeah, there's no way he would add 20 pounds of muscle in recent years. Like once you've been lifting for a hot minute, you're looking at maybe a couple pounds of muscle a year, maybe 2, 3, 4, if you're lucky, a year. If you're a newbie, you can do that. You can get some newbie gains and put on a lot of muscle in your first like 5 years of lifting. But a veteran lifter like him would not be able to put 20 pounds of muscle on in a year after 10 years of lifting.
Looks like Ben Johnson, only with double the muscle and more athletic, faster than half the guys in the NFL, all while doing HIIT cardio? Really? And so what are my conclusions? My conclusions are this. I believe the guy was natural up to the age of 23 and developed a world-class physique, and then decided, hey, I want to push my physique to the next level. I'm going to go on PDs, not tell anyone about it. I'm going to make a mind-blowing transformation. I'm going to go from 25% to 9% in 6 months while adding 20 pounds of muscle in a year. And I'll keep it going, and in 3 years goes from 183 to 218 pounds while staying shredded the entire time. And not only that, actually getting leaner.
Even with all these little red flags, Ashton would have avoided ever having to prove what his real credentials were. But what he once saw as an opportunity to perhaps further his career turned into anything but when his ego got ahead of itself. And soon, he'd lose everything over the course of a few short sprints. When it comes to how Ashton Hall and Speed's ill-fated race actually happened, it all began in April when the streamer checked out some footage of the new social media phenomenon and figured he can outpace him.
If you enjoy videos like this where we break down online confidence meeting real-life performance, hit that subscribe button so that I know to continue to cover videos like this.
Ashton Hall? Chad, if y'all think I'll lose a race to Ashton Hall, y'all gotta be smoking. Y'all gotta be smoking.
Things then intensified when Ashton spoke to Aiden Ross about the prospect of a race, insisting that he would win despite Aiden's warnings.
You need to race I Show Speed.
I'm ready.
You should actually race Speed. I think he'd win though. He's really fast, bro.
I'm ready.
You think you could beat him?
Come on.
I think Speed beats you. Bro, he beat Tyreek Hill. I mean, I think he could beat Tyreek Hill.
It depends what we race.
He beat Noah Lyles.
No, he didn't beat Noah.
Okay, but he was
Why are you lying? He did not beat Noah.
What's Aiden talking about? He's like, he beat Tyreek Hill. Well, I think he would beat him. He beat Noah Lyles. Well, I mean, he was close. Like, come on, man. Just keep it real.
But it was close, though.
It was really close.
Impressed.
It was close to where that shouldn't have been that close.
I'm impressed. I think Speed is fast. I know he's athletic.
Yeah.
But he's not me.
Then, the challenge was officially laid down, with Speed remaining as confident as ever that he would come out on top.
Chat, should I race Ashton Hall? I forgot to take some back.
You should do it. I put a parlay on it and all.
Who you got?
I got you, bro. I'm putting 10 bands on you.
Yeah, you better. Shit, if you don't, you losing your money. If you don't put money on me, you losing your money. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You been talking too much on the internet, bro. Let's race, man. Let's do it right now, bro. Chat, if he's actually Miami, I'd do it right now.
But through it all, Ashton insisted Speed would come up short.
Tell him that you changed your mind.
Ain't, bro, nobody changed my mind. Bro, I'm ready. Come on, bro. You ducking. You really acting like a chicken hall. I'm out bro.
This is not going to be a good look for you, brother.
No, it's not.
Put you on game.
On God. Okay, watch
You know
it.
you little bro. I'm trying to look out for you.
I promise you.
Listen, where's management?
I promise.
Not allow you to take
I
this
promise you. This about to look bad on you, bro. Hey, I'm good, G.
But Speed...
See, look at Ashton's like demeanor though in this. It's very like friendly and lighthearted. And he's, he's talking smack, trying to hype it up, but he's not being like rude or malice or disrespectful. And if he would have just took the loss on the chin, then, nobody would have cared. But yeah, it's just the way he handled the aftermath that is why it's so viral and he was just a sore loser about it.
Stood on business. All the while, Ashton claimed he was a come up for him.
Don't come for big Speed.
I might even stop lifting weight. Only.
I'm a demon. Who the you think you is, bro?
We ain't gonna be the routine no more. They're not gonna know me for Mr. Routine. We gotta come with something harder than that.
Chad, I'm about to end this man's career, bro.
But no matter what, Ashton's overconfidence persisted, even putting up some major money on what he thought was certain to be a victory.
Let's go 60.
Let's go 60.
I'll give you time.
We can do 60.
I'm ready right now. I ain't got to warm up, no nothing.
Let's go, Nino. Let's go.
But as the two limbered up and got ready, the eventual showdown was basically a victory lap for Speed.
It's time for me to expose Ashton Hall. Speed versus Ashton Hall. Let's get this shit right. He's slow as He's slow as I'm out, boy. What I say? What I say? Too slow. It's too slow. It's too slow. It's too slow. Stop playing with me, dude. Go. And you.
As the video of the live stream began to do rounds in clip form online, people began flaming Ashton at every turn. This was something that Ashton was incapable of accepting. Worried that the videos of him losing the race would forever be flooded with comments about his loss, Ashton pushed for a rematch.
What's everybody saying?
You scared because all your image is over with.
What's everybody saying?
All his Instagram image is over with. He not fast. You lost 3 times to me.
Come on.
You slow, my boy.
Why are you leaving?
Take your L.
Faster than me. Why are you leaving?
Because I beat you 3 times.
And while Speed is usually pretty easygoing, it was clear that he was sick of him by the end of the exchange as he continued to bumble his way to another showdown. And clearly,
yeah, see, that's it right there. Because like honestly, it's impressive that he's actually even able to keep up with Speed at his size and with all the mass. That's actually quite impressive. And it's a testament to how much he still does like sprinting exercise at his age. Because a lot of people don't be sprinting like that. Like there's like a stat, and I forget the number, so I'm not even gonna try to quote it. But it was like an alarming percentage of people never do a full sprint ever again, like after high school or something like that. And so for him to be 29 and be doing sprinting drills on the regular is actually very impressive. And for him to be at that size and be able to keep up with Speed and even be in the same vicinity is quite impressive. And if he would have just been like, oh man, you got me, nice job, you're faster than I thought, it would have been all good. Because that's how the other guy handled it, and I forget his name, but that other guy who does like a lot of running stuff on TikTok, they met up and he lost, and he was very gracious about it, and everyone was like, showed him a lot of love and respect. And Ashton Hall would have gotten the same thing had he had taken it like that. But to keep pushing for a rematch over and over and over and over again, and then keep losing every single time, that was not a good look. And that's where the backlash came from.
Speed had enough by the 4th time that he left him in the dust.
Set, go! Bye.
Clear.
Delete your Instagram. Bye.
Now, you may be saying to yourself, so what? He lost the race, it's not that big of a deal. However, the problem wasn't that he came up short, but how he conducted himself afterwards that sent that carefully constructed public image he had built into pieces. From the outset, it was clear that those $1 million bags were flashing before his eyes. As he scrambled to save face, Ashton began to shoot himself some bail however he could.
Turns out, bro beat me clearly 4 times, fair and square. First time I slipped. Second time he clearly beat me. And I said, bro, run it back. And he ran it back. The 3rd time it was a tie, everybody was saying.
But the fact remains that where Speed had literally got tattooed that day, he did genuinely prepare for the race. And after realizing how easily he was bested by Speed, who leads a vastly different lifestyle to him, people couldn't help but laugh at how ineffective it all was. All them routine and sprinting videos to get cooked by a guy who watches Ronaldo highlights and plays video games all day. But what was all...
I mean, that's not fair though. Like Speed is naturally fast. There's people like that. They're just like amazing natural athletes. Like there's people like probably in everyone's high school that was like that can do backflips and then just was really fast, could jump really high just naturally. And even if they play video games all day, if they're at a certain speed limit, they're gonna always be able to beat someone else. You know what I mean? So that's not really a fair comparison. Like something like racing like that, you're not gonna be able to squat and calf raise your way into a 4.240. Like you're just not. Like you got to have that natural speed, and then you could of course work it and sharpen it and hone it and shave off some like 1/10 of a second, maybe, you know what I mean? You could shave off a little bit, but you're not going to go from running a 5-second 40 to like a 4.3 just by being in the weight room. That's not going to work like that.
Telling in terms of how people view Ashton is that once the world got a glimpse of him losing, everyone seemed to collectively rejoice. Just look at the reaction of Phantom. Alongside cheering Speed on, he would be among the many people who dismissed the idea of a tie in the 3rd race that Ashton was trying to put forward. Soon, Kai got involved too, posting a post-match analysis with Speed, which was basically just a mockery of Hall and his excuses.
He was trying to win at least one.
If he would have won one, he would have took that to the moon. He wanted to get that one clip of beating me. He wanted it so bad.
That one high quality
that one high quality
The fuck is this right here? Look.
Yeah.
And as if Speed's fellow streamers getting involved wasn't enough, the victory was also co-signed by the fastest man in history, Usain Bolt, on Instagram. And while this must have all stung, the real issue for Ashton was that people who pay his bills, social media users, felt he was a laughingstock for how he handled it. He lost all his aura in one video. Speed literally tried to warn him. Bro couldn't take an L, so he took 4. I love how Ashton's whole crew was quiet as fuck. And soon, they'd be proven right. At every step of the way since it all went down, Ashton has been going out sad.
The next one, when you swipe, it's gonna be a side shot with me in the front. I'm gonna try to get him out of the frame though. You're gonna see me running. You won't see him at all. You might see a piece, maybe of his little hair, of his forehead. Head. It is what it is, bro. You won. You fast. You got that out of me, bro. Did I think today was gonna go how it went? Nah, I thought maybe at most you would barely beat me, and then I would get in your head again, and then I would win the second time. Because when people, it is what it is, bro. You won. You fast. You got that out of me, bro. Did I think today was gonna go how it went? Nah, I thought maybe at most you would barely beat me, and then I would get in your head again, and then I would win the second time. Because when people beat me, bro, I turn up legit. But bro, I just couldn't get in front of you.
And as predicted, his comments have become a hotbed for him to get trolled.
They keep saying 4-0, brother. Listen, I've taken way more than 4 L's. Matter of fact, put 1,000 in O. Put 1,000 in O.
And because the internet is forever, everyone is ensuring that his cocky words beforehand aren't going away and are coming back to bite him.
The thing is, like, I can't even just beat him. I gotta demolish him. Like, it doesn't even count if I just barely beat him. Bro, we gotta demolish him.
A few moments later.
You win some, you lose some. At the end of the day, if it was an easy race, I wouldn't have raced him. I wouldn't have wanted to race.
And to make things worse, he acted like he didn't do any preparation.
I should have gotten straight in the gym and took that junk serious. So if I could change anything, I would have taken training serious. But at the same time, I'll tell you guys this. He doesn't train for real, bro. It was just fast.
Between all of his catastrophic coping, the viewers lost the last remnants of respect for him. As while you could argue that Speed put the nail in his coffin, his inability to handle the L is anything but appealing to viewers, and has meant that he's decimated his own image. Speed didn't ruin Ashton Hall's career, his ego did. He's not a loser for losing the race, but because he can't take a loss. Now days removed from what went down, it's clear that the loss remains the focal point of his entire world.
Damn!
Thank you. We fell short, but I'm gonna keep going.
Suddenly, a man who was attempting to portray himself as a pillar of masculinity instead appears to be as insecure as anyone else. And when he watched how he dealt with it, Speed could barely believe his eyes.
He's crying? Bro, ain't no way he actually lived like this, bro. Ain't no way Ashton actually lives like this, bro. He did all of this when he lost to me, bro.
Now facing the prospect of being defined by this loss, some commentators are already declaring his career dead on arrival.
Ashton Hall, he greatly underestimated IShowSpeed. After all, it's in the name, Speed. And so the reason he ended his career isn't the fact that he beat him 4 times in a row. It's the way Ashton Hall pressured him, spoke cockily, saying he was going to dust him, and that he couldn't accept defeat graciously. He kept making excuses.
And while it might seem a little premature, there is certainly something to be said for it affecting how he can interact with other creators. As not only was it a miscalculation from a brand standpoint, but how much he antagonized a prominent figure like Speed won't be good for his reputation among streamers.
You lost to the biggest streamer in the world, and not just that, it's like one of the only clips that you can find of Speed being that mad, and it's attached to his career forever. That alone is pretty detrimental.
As a result, people believe Speed was the only one that came out on top.
Ashton Hall, this right here, bro, is a huge help because now Speed is telling his chat, Ashton fraud in the chat. That's crazy, bro.
And as for Ashton, he just keeps digging a hole, revealing that after the race, he unfollowed Speed.
I followed Speed now for like maybe a year or so, right? Right when we called each other out, right when it became a thing, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I knew in my head, I'm like, okay, we're actually for sure gonna race, right? So I'm drawing up the story. I'm a director. I love this, bro. This is what I do. Like, so for me, I'm like, yo, it needs to look like there's smoke. I need to draw the story. No, I'm not gonna follow this dude. We're not friends. Because if I follow him, it looks friendly. Even people in the chat were saying, yo, this is staged, bro. So in my head, I'm like, it doesn't look right. I'm following him. Let me just unfollow. That was a week ago I unfollowed him. I didn't unfollow him after the stream. That would be weird.
And while some are claiming that he's suing Speed or that the loss caused him to lose a deal with Nike, none of that is verifiable. Naturally, that's a very bad look, even on the off chance it is true. But so is acting hurt about the trash talk you actively took part in.
I'm watching the video.
Looking for rematches even as the world wants you to move on. Despite the fact that he is being mocked by the entire world these days, Ashton insists he's going nowhere, and that this is merely motivation to achieve more.
I'm absolutely not going quiet, bro. You guys are gonna hear from me 1000%. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. I lost terribly 4 times. Never ever ran 4 times, so somebody had to meet me 4 times.
But ultimately, the audience will be the judge of that. Because if you can't get them back on board, you're done. And at the moment, being the loser in this race is what he's best known for.
Good, I saw the race. Excellent. Oh, really? Tough love. God bless. That was over. What was that?
Unsurprisingly, Ashton fully admits that he regrets it, and that's understandable. Because in one ego-driven misadventure, he turned all of the positive momentum into dust.
Dang, if I could just go back, I would change. You know how you wish that you did a million things different? This is one of those moments, bro.
And clearly, he's struggling to move on, with Ashton now suddenly uploading videos of him boxing as an attempt to explore another avenue to compete with Speed.
We can run it right now. We can run it right now.
Left with a major blemish on his blossoming career, Ashton Hall has to reinvent himself and move on. Because otherwise, he's got about as much hope of being a continued viral success as he would have of beating most high-level sprinters in a race. So Ashton, it's time to pick yourself up and work out a plan to combat the negative image of a man with a wounded ego that you built for yourself. Perhaps maybe you can sleep on it instead of getting up at 3 a.m. every night. Because clearly, that isn't giving you the superhuman powers you thought it was. It's your boy.
If you enjoy videos like this, go check out the other videos I have on my playlist with Experts Get Exposed Sports Edition.